Omi tutu, ona tutu, ache tutu, tuto wo tuto ma, tutu, arikuba bawa. Moyuba lofi, moyuba oru, moyuba olodumare. Moyuba obuegu toko la ba, lerito kunti imbelese olodumare. Ogunda fumbo tata gaitán, periquito pere. Directo entendí Bernardo Roja Veo Morales, Oche Paure, Bernardito Roja. Obedí Cacao, obedí Lelecundo Sevilla, Turaira, Agapito Piloto, Turazar, Pillo Cátedra. Babá y yo Berraudía Nazacó, Nelson Monteagudo, o Juana La Quentuche Che, Alejandro Carvajal, Irete Quenda Pancho Mora, o Baralete Pedro el Policía y Boricoso, Julito Collazo. Ogunda Mey, Sergio Angarica, Ogunda Verde, Bombalier, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Ocheni Lobe, Papa Angarica, Ogunda Teturá Juan Candela, Ogunda Leni, Delfín Gómez, Ibae Ibori Boche, Rigo, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Odi Tauro Santiaguito Nani, Beto Osacana, Ocanazá Marino Peña, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Timbelés Dumare, Oyecumpa Teoche, Armando el Monón, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Atandaña, Bío Bailú, Jesús Pérez, Girardo Rodríguez, José Antonio el Cojo, de la Rosa, Angoza de Pancho Quinto, Obatile Mi Puntilla, Regino Jiménez, Olomi de Fermín Nani, Olo Ochun, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Lázaro Ross, Amelia Pedroso, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Teresa Polledo, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Rolando el Gordo, Ibae, Pedro Saavedra, Echubi, Ibae, Ibayen Tonum, Obardimeyi, Octavio Samá, Lamberto Samá, Ogun Nique, Felipe Lucha, Maximiliano Da, José Roche, Víctor Casanova, Salacota, Las Vita, Las de Polito, Nené, Pupi, Osvaldo de Ley, Polo Chahuayé, Carmona Latuán, Echundina de Solá, Venerando Alfonso, Juan Jimau, Alfonso Leguá, Ochardino Cariao, Chunguero Este Blanco, Ochungarí, Felia Serra, Ibae, Ibayen Tonún, Chacho, Ochun Funque, Ibae Jorge Iturralde, Ibae, Ibayen Tonún, Timbelese, Olor Dumare, Susana Cantero, Feminita Gómez, Nélida Owótolo, Hecho Ayer Chunguere, Manuela Caracaballo, Bindón Gilla, Omiati de que Mindalia Magro, Eleque Milus Díaz, Changola Rimita, Olo Fundé, Nilla Calleja, Ibae, Ibayen Tonún, Elmira López, Omila D, Ibae, Toya, Obailu, Ibae, Ibayen Tonún, Esther Atié, Babaleti, Loida Bel, Olomi D, Ibae, Ibayen Tonún, Luisa La Serra Veranes, Ibae, Ibayen Tonún, Bobue, Buntoco Lama, Lerito Kun, Balo Gómez. Fayo, Omonia La Guana, Mamaqueña, Irabo, Eke, Obara Suayo, Eke, Hecho Dara, Omonia La Guana, Mamaqueña, Irabo, Eke, Para Suayo, Omonia La Guana, Mamaqueña, Irabo, Eke, Obara Suayo, Eke, Hecho Dara, Omonia La Guana, Mamaqueña, Irabo, Eke, Ibarago, Moyuba, Ibarako, Ago Moyubara, Omodeko, Nikos Ibarago, Ago Moyubara, Elegua Chulona, Ibarago, Moyuba, Ibarago, Ago Moyubara, Omodeko, Nikos Ibarago, Ago Moyubara, Elegua Chulona, Ichonchon Abe, Ichonchon Abe, Odara, Coronile, yo babase. Ichonchon Abe, Odara, Coronile, yo. Ichonchon Abe, Odara, Coronile, yo babase. Ichonchon Abe, Odara, Coronile, yo babase. Ichonchon Abe. ocho sí, como allí lo da la malade, ocho sí, allí lo da la malade, ocho sí, como allí lo da a la malade, ocho sí, allí lo da a la malade, sire, o de masa, ore, sire, o de masa, ore, Chambeleke oro, o de masa corona, Chambeleke oro, o de masa corona, Chambeleke oro, o de masa corona. Leribote, 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 o papa la verona, papa verona, leribote, hay alguna verona, papa verona, leribote, o papa la verona, papa verona, leribote. Winnie mobile, Obatala mobile, Winnie mobile, Ayakuna mobile, Winnie mobile, Obatala mobile, Winnie mobile. Karaoke, 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 Maya, karaoke. Karaoke, karaoke, oke, karaoke, oke, lario, oke, karaoke, oke, lario, oke, karaoke, ike aguabona, ike agodon, ike aladola, ike agodon, de maya toloku. Tolo así toa para aikini. Mayero ku aladola. Maribo ye. Maribo ye ogun acho ala wede oke. Maribo ye. Maribo ye ogun acho ala wede oke. Ogun dere arere. Ile bombo lokua. Ogun wanile oke walona. Ile bombo lokua Ogun dere arere. Ile bombo lokua. Ogun wanile oke walona. Ile bombo lokua Awanile Ogun mariwo. Awanile Ogun mariwo. Ogun afomode oiyambere. Mariwo Ogun de baba. Awanile Ogun mariwo. Awanile Ogun mariwo. Ogun afomode oiyambere. Mariwo Ogun de baba. Awanile komanseira o. 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 Awanile Ariboyaya, arere o, ariboyaya, arere o, ariboyaya, arere o, ariboyaya, arere o, ariboyaya, ogumeya, meye, ogumeya. Meye, ogumeye, meye, ogumeye, meye, yo me llamo Yauquenque, arere me llamo yo me llamo Yauquenque, arere me llamo yo me llamo Yauquenque, arere me llamo yo Yo me llamo Yauquenque. Laye laye, ara oko, soy le Ogun. 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 Laye laye, Ogun, maso mi dona o. Ogun, maso mi dona o. Ogun ada, 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 Ogun ada. Okwe uro, Ogun ada, Ogun ada, Ogun ada. Ochareo, Ada Che, Chenife Chocún, Chenife Maru, Chenife La Ocha. Hi everyone, welcome to our live stream about Ogun. Thank you, Janet. Janet Ben, that is the first one to connect with us and let her comment. Thank you so much, Janet, to be here with us this Sunday. Any question that you have during this live stream, please don't hesitate yourself. Just ask. Today we're going to talk about Ogun, one of the greatest orisha that we have in our religion. Ogun is the orisha that is so important for everyone because it's the first one that almost we receive. We receive the words, no matter it is through Orumila or through the Oriate, always we receive Ogun. Ogun manifests in our life in so many different ways. So you are cooking and you are working with Ogun because you are using the knife and the tensors and all of that. Also in the hospital, in our job, the mechanic. So it's important for everyone to know about this orisha. He was born in the Odun, Ogundameyi in Ifa. He is Isalaye Odun. So when we talk about Ogunda, we are talking about Ogun. This the orisha that Olofi used to cut the difference. So the person that have Ogunda Tonti said that don't use weapons. Never try to carry any of them because you could hurt someone. All the weapons that you have, you need to put it in Ogun as soon you have this Ogun. But what happened we receive the words? Some people, for example, that have the word Ogun, they are sometimes not happy with this orisha because they see that, for example, his brother or the neighbor, they have the two horse in Ogun or the nail tracks and something else. And they say about my book is plain. You have the regular tools. And let me explain something to you. This is normal. Why? Because it depends on the order when you were born. So everyone, oh, you fired. Oh, thank you. Oh, today is your day. Today is your day, Yvette, Janet. Janet, it's your day today. Thank you for that information. Did you firing Ocha? Great, great Orisha. We're going to talk about him later. So what happened that it depends of the Odun when you go to receive the words. When we're going to receive the word, it's important the reading because it depends the name, for example, or you receive through the Babalawo. And also the Odun let us know how we're going to reinforce your Elengua or Ogun in this particular case. When you have, for example, Odi Ogunda, because we receive sometimes the Orisha for different reasons, and you have Odi Ogunda that talk about the surgery room. So at that point, automatically, we want the scalpel, for example, some surgery tools to add to Ogun to reinforce the Ogun to avoid that you have any issue when you go to surgery. So we try to reinforce Ogun with that. Sometimes the person need to be grounded because you have your child, for example, he had a lot of problem in the school. You say, okay, let me give them the warrior. You go for divination and they talk about your child. Say, okay, my child needs the warriors. And then when the person that prepared the warrior for your child see the order, say, okay, he needs, for example, the choose horse in order to ground him. So we can also add the nail track in order that Ogun make him stable in his life. So when we receive the words, not everyone need to reinforce it because Ogun is the Richard that he go to grow up little by little. So depend of the origin that we receive, even when we, for example, we are not crowned yet. You receive the words, and after that, you receive Olokun and Ganari. And in Olokun and Ganari, it comes with Ogunda. And then the Oriate recommend you to reinforce your Ogun according to the Odun that came in your Olokun and Ganari. The same thing happened if you didn't receive your Awofaka or Ikofa of Orumila. And when you get Ita, in Ita, they recommend you to reinforce Ogun. And sometimes you got 5 of Ifa. He goes to tell you, okay, leave Ogun here because now you have your Ita. And I need to reinforce Ogun before you take it home. So there are different reasons that Ogun, it goes to grow at little by little. So do not rush yourself, and when you receive the words, put different iron and different tools in Ogun automatically way, because according you develop your life and you grow up in the religion, Ogun will be reinforced. Here we have here Victor Mejia. Hello, Victor. Welcome. Welcome. So this is something that we need to keep in mind. Take your time for everything. Now, when we receive the shell of Ogun, this is something else because when you receive the shell of Ogun, you have crown Ocha. And what happened that you find, for example, Ichango, you have crown Chango, and you know Ijemaya or Ya or Ochun in different cases. And then, depending on your Ita, some people have in Ita, for example, Oche Ogunda or Ogundache, Odi Ogunda, any of them, of the family of this Odun, or the Odun, the Ogunda that belongs to Ogun. So you need to reinforce your great. You need to reinforce your Ogun. So they recommend you to receive the shell of Ogun. It is not your father in Ocha. Some people, for example, that have crown or Batala, they receive just the shell of Ogun, depending on the case, in the boat of 3 months, just with feathers, to give for later. Because if you have just a year or 8 or the 3 months and you want to do the boat, you need to feed the check, receive the check with 4 legs. What happened that sometimes the person want the conversation with Ogun, so receive it with forlet. But something I want to share with you is that you don't need at that moment to know about the path of Ogun. Why? Because as soon you know the path of Ogun, for example, is Ogun Chibiriki, then it's beautiful that we to see later. It's beautiful, the Chibiriki, but this is one of the paths of Ogun. They are the path of Alawede, Ogun Arere, Ogun B. There are so many different paths. At the depend of it is how you go to reinforce the Ogun. So I highly recommend you that when you receive the check of Ogun, even though you receive it with forlet, don't ask for the path because you have crown Chango or you have crown, for example, Obatala, or even you have crown the warrior one, even you have crown Elegua or Ochosi. You don't need a path. Why? Because later, when you receive the Pinardo, you are the person that you are active in the religion, is when you go to know and you need to know the path of Ogun to reinforce Ogun completely. But what happened that not everything is a square. So we have different ways, depend on the age of the person, because it's not the same thing that the person receive the check of Ogun with 15-year-old or 30-year-old, that is the person, for example, that is 60-year-old, maybe have 20 years in Ocha, but for so many different reasons didn't receive the check of Ogun, and you are involved in the religion constantly, and you crown some people. So in this case, that you crown some people, in this case that you have 20 years of Ocha, and the person have, for example, 50-year-old or more. So in that case, you can fit with forlet and you want to know the path of Ogun is correct. You know, it doesn't matter. Why? Because you are the person that you are involved in the religion, and then you can reinforce your Ogun at that moment. But remember that just do that what is really necessary in your life. Don't rush yourself because Ogun always go to glory. Now, if we see, for example, Ogun like a father that was talking, Janet, Ben, Ogun like a father is different. It's completely different of the others. Why? Because if you fire in Ocha, when you fire in Ocha, even though you have 15-year-old, the key, for example, is not involved in the religion constantly. We need to know the path of Ogun because he father. We need to reinforce Ogun with everything that the path needs. But here, you have, for example, the next to Ogun, the Chibiriki. That is one of the paths of Ogun. It looks beautiful, but not enough for every Ogun. For example, my Ogun is Alawede, and I was born with the child of Ogun, and I didn't have the path until years later that I received Pinando. When I received Pinando, when I found out that my Ogun was Alawede. So now that you have Facebook user, go, Alabao, go, otro boom, go, Ogun doble. So it's important that you wait. And now that if you father, you need to reinforce Ogun with everything, even you need to put around Ogun the Mariwo. The Mariwo is something that people sometimes don't add to Ogun, and this is a cho ewe, that is the cloth of Ogun, so you can put around his path the Mariwo, also the Achaba. The Achaba is the chain that has the 21 tools of Ogun. This is so beautiful. On top of that, you can look for the pilon for your Ogun. What happened with that? everyone, even though has crown or batala, look for the pilon or chango. Has crown or chungo, the pilon de chango. Sometimes they do the ceremony for the pilon or chango. But we need to know that also Ogun has his pilon too. That is the stone. And that stone, he had the ceremony too. He had the sign. He signed too. We have to sign it, to put the signature of the Ogun in that stone. So if this you find in Ocha, you need to put also the Arere, Grey Janet, Arere, Maíz a la Wende, Grey. So the path of Ogun or Janet is Arere. Grey Ogun. He said, with great Ogun, Janet. You are a great Ogun. So we have this, and then look for the stone that they do the ceremony, not just put some umiro, no. That they consecrate the stone of Ogun. You put the achaba, you feed that, and then you reinforce Ogun with everything. Why? Because he's your father in Ocha. That is different. That when we receive the shells of Ogun, and it's different when we have the water. So that's why I explain you that Ogun, he goes to grow little by little. Now, when we talk with Ogun about the animals that Ogun eat, like for example, the utia, the goat, the pigeons, roosters, and the guinea hen. Some people give one rooster. Oh, Vivian, Balogun. Vivian de Balogun, here, a great friend. So this is something that you need to know about, also about Ogun. Ogun, Santo Vivian. Ogun is the Orisha that he eats everything. This is the regular animals that Ogun eat. But when you feed Ogun, don't put Ogun under the faucet that some people do, and they overwash Ogun. No, Ogun, he needs to smell the blood. He needs to smell the smoke of cigar, the ram, everything that we add to Ogun. So Ogun is the original. When he eat, we just put some water. And, we remove that water, we raise it with that water, and that's it. Leave it like that, and after that, I run. This oricha, it doesn't matter that if you find in Ocha, for example, or you receive the check of Ogun, if you want to feed Ogun with the utia and the gold, even though you don't have crown Ogun, you can do it. People always said Elegua always eat, Ogun always eat too. Why? Because we use the knife. And the knife, even though the knife belongs to Obatala, because the owner of the knife is Obatala. Obatala gave Ogun the knife to use it. So, no matter in the ceremony that we are, for the original that we are working with, always when we said Ogun Choro Choro, Vale Cano, Ogun is there. The energy of Ogun is there. That's why it's important in Ogun, when you start to reform Ogun, also to have the knife in. When you go to add, for example, the knife for Ogun, and later I'm going to explain you how you can use the knife in different bosses for yourself and something that you can do by your own hands. You have Ogunda, for example, you need to break the point, the peak of the knife, and add it to Ogun. Okay, this avoid that you get hurt. This is something that we are supposed to do. We add a knife to Ogun. You have the Odum Ogunda. Something else is that when you, for example, feed Ogun with roosters, you can also take some feathers of Ogun to dress him with the feathers. It makes Ogun look beautiful. So Now that you know the animal that Ogun eat, for example, the pigeon, you can feed Ogun even with two pigeon, and this is great for Ogun too. So he always eat. So try at least once a year to feed Ogun. This is something that we do, and it will be great for us because to work, to avoid accident, to avoid surgery, and all of that, we can work with Ogun. So it's important that we feed Elegua, that we feed also Ogun. Now, when we talk about the Ogun of the head, that you have crown Ogun. When you crown Ogun, the Ogun of course, he needs everything. In this case, it's different. Why? Because when you crown Ogun, not only you want to get in with Elegua, also with Ochosi. Because Ochosi and Ogun, they work together. But something that the person need to know, that the kids of Ogun also, they need the pinado. Because people say, no, the Ogun don't need pinado. No, they need the pinado. Why? Because you cannot need something that you don't have. You cannot be a godparent or someone or the ceremony of the pinado or the yubona or something else if you don't have the pinado. So for the person that has crown Ogun, it's important to receive the pinado. It's important also to always feed your Ogun, to add some, for example, some ram. But something that is important too is the peregun. The peregun that we use when we are crown someone also belong to Ogun. It remove the curse of every single thing that the people, send to you. So if you have crown Ogun to remove the curse of people, because the kids of Ogun, they have that some people sometimes curse you without any reason. You put the green peregun in Ogun. When that peregun get dry, if you don't have the possibility to get another one living there for a while, but you have the possibility, you can do this maybe twice a year. You take another one, and then that one you burn it up and make like the saumerio in your house. And this is good because you're going to remove all the bad energy that the people send to you. When you have a Ogun crown, something that you are supposed to do at least twice a year is derogation. Why? Because the child of Ogun always have a lot of pressure in the head. So you have crown Ogun at least twice a year, in the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, try to get a simple rogation that it goes to help you. Now, what happened also with this Orisha when you, for example, if you fire in Ocha, you have the shell of Ogun with 4 legs, or you have crown Ogun, the sticks. So Ogun, he likes to work with the casting spell. This is a great Orisha for it. With Ogun, you can use azufre, you can use gunpowder, you can use Ogun with Ogun everything. Because in one of his paths, also in Ogunda, he worked with Shango doing different witchcrafts. So he likes to do witchcraft. That's why in the battlefield, anyone defeat Ogun because he works in so many different ways. So you can add different sticks to Ogun. Like for example, Hiki. The Hiki stick. Let me, something that Rambo said, I'm going to think, say my hands were once used for battle. Now I try to use them for humble tools of peace. Congratulations, Rambo, congratulations. Maferefun Ogun. Okay, Rambo, you will get it. So we're going to talk about that, something special that I'm going to provide you with that. So one of the main sticks that I told you before is the stick hiki. The hiki they use for the train tracks to hold the tracks. So this is one. You can add, for example, hiki. You can add rompesaraway, ceiba, muralla, palo tengue. That is important for Ogun. Carbonero, palo carbonero. Also, you can use for him abre camino. So they are different sticks. You can also add a stick of ceiba. But what happened with these sticks? When you add it to Ogun, feed all of them with Ogun. You rub it with some palm oil. And then you feed it with Ogun. This part of this stick, you're going to make a powder with them. And then you want to put this powder in the bottle, but crystal bottle. Some people save the powder of the stick in the plastic bottle, and later it get rotten because the plastic it don't conserve the powder in the good shape. So it's better for you to use the crystal one. So you put all the powder as much as you can into that bottle, and then you can use it two different ways. For example, the first way, when you need evolution in your life, they are like Rambo now, some sticks, and you need to make money. You can add to this powder in a brown paper. You put some of it in the brown paper bag, and you can add it, for example, take the aguado and make a match it and make a powder tube. Also, use a cheses of ocha, like cola, for example, ero obi cola. You can use a che of orumila. Also, seed of pumpkin tube. And you make that powder that is great. That's it for evolution to distribute that powder in different, that we call afoche, in different places in order that Ogun help you to open the way to make the money. When you do that, Rambo, and you pray to your Ogun like a candle, add some honey to your Ogun to call its energy, and let him know why are you preparing that powder. Now that your hands is for peace, like you said, then that is something great. So Ogun, I want to count you, but I need that you help me out with the money. And when you get some money, just make a saving place for some money. Don't take every money because you need to pay the bills and all of that. But at least you can take, for example, a 25% and save it. And buy, for example, sopera by sopera. Later you buy the tools. For example, ojochosi, the tool of Yemaya, ojochum. And little by little, when you open your eyes, you have all the sopera, you have all the tools. After that, you can buy your clothes and put in the basket. You put the white sheet to cover the basket, and then you go to put the clothes that you need for the 7 days. And you continue saving money. When you open your eyes, you have everything to count much. What happened now? When people sit, for example, to count or boom, yes, you need to, for benefit, you need to sacrifice yourself. Everyone that, or almost everyone that crown Ocha has to do some sacrifices to get the point that you want. But some people, they want to have the complete money to count Ocha. It is not like that. That's the process. And in the process, you will see how you can accumulate everything that you need. Now we have here the Aguayeru Osain or Tintillero. like some people called you. The tintillero is something that we prepare for Chango. That we see that people have the Ochareo sign, but also for the water is important. Even though every single Orisha have his own Ochareo sign, you are supposed to have one. You have, for example, Crown Ogun. You welcome Rambo. You have Crown Ogun, or if you file in Ocha, if you receive the check, is not so important. Why? I'm going to tell you this because if you have, for example, Crown Chango, Chango has his own Ochareo sign, so you don't need to prepare one for Ogun because you have Crown Chango. But you have Crown Ogun, yeah, it's good to prepare the Ochareo sign. But when you speak with the person that goes to prepare it, you need to let the person know what is the Odum that you have in Ogun. Because all the Ochareo sign is not the same. Yes, they have the foundation ingredients that goes in all of them. That's correct. But there are another ingredient that belongs to the Odum. It's not the same way to prepare the Ochareo sign for the person that have, for example, Ogunda, or the person that have Eyeunle, or the other person that have Odi. There are special ingredients that we, like Osainista, we added in order that it works better with your guardian angel. So you need the person know what is you order in Ocha, and part of the consecration of this Ochareo is to feed it with feathers, with Ogun, and then you put that next to your Ogun, and your Ogun is complete. He have the stick, is have everything. A tip that I will provide you: when you have the sticks in your Ogun, don't use for your kids or friend or anything like that. You can have to set a stick. The stick that is in yours Ogun is for you. The rest of them that you prepare, that is the one, those that you go to use to prepare powder for someone else. But the one that you have, don't use it for your own benefit. And another stick that I remember now is the palo jicotea. Palo jicotea, that is good to add it also to prepare the Ochareo sign and reinforce also Ogun. Now, when we talk about the relationship of Ogun with Orishas, when we talk about Obatala, Obirinigo Bataisa, the five of Ocha, Obatala, he had a great relationship with Ogun because not only in the Odum, Ofun is his father in Ocha. So Obatala always gave Ogun advices in different way, and also in the Odun Ogunda, he cares about also Ogun because Ogun he didn't want to abandon to work with the witchcrafts, so he was punished by Obatala. But Obatala provide Ogun with the knife, like I told you before. That's why the person, for example, that has crown Ogun, or if you fight in Ocha, some people that have the chance, they can do this too. But most importantly is the person that has crown Ogun, or is the father. The knife. You have one knife that is bigger than the other in your Ogun. And you put, for example, palm oil, you add wrong, and you have that in Ogun. When you have problems that you want to carry, like Ogun cut with the knife, the difference, you put that knife vertical in your Ogun. And then you write down a letter to your Orisha, and you going to, in that letter, put the name of all the enemies and situation that you have. And on top of that, you add some palm oil, you add some ashes from the cigar that you are smoking to Ogun, ashes of the cigar. You can add also some stick like rompe Saraway, ciguaraya, yo puedo más que tú, some powder on that stick. You go to fold it. And then after that, you go into fold it with the piece of green fabric or red fabric. And you tie it to the knife. And your knife is very cold. And you speak with your Ogun. This is the enemy. This is the situation that I have in my life now. I want that you cut the difference, that you help me to solve this problem. All my battles is your battle. So help me with that. And you leave it in there for a while. You, like a candle, sometimes you add some wrong. When you see that the problem dissolve by itself, that you have to use your hands or anything. And then you go to remove that knife from Ogun. And you're going to clean it, but you keep tight that obra you prepared. That what you're going to keep it in the knife. But you're going to clean the knife, and then you're going to add in one side cocoa butter, and in the other side cascarilla. And you going to rub it with cotton. Okay, with cotton. White cotton, and then you're going to put in front of Obatala. And then you go to pray to Obatala with two candles. And you say, Obatala, like you gave Ogun the knife, because you don't want to be in the battlefield anymore. This is the night one. Here you are, the night with all the problem I have, that I am solving this problem in order that you finish with the situation that I have. That's it. You will see the solution. When everything is good, you don't have to feed them or anything like that. You just take the coconut. That's why it's important to learn how to throw the coconut, and you ask Ogun what that he wants. If he wants, for example, a rooster, or maybe he wants an adimu, you prepare the adimu for Ogun, and with that is good. For Obatala, you do the same thing. You can offer for Obatala rice pudding, you can offer the saraeko or the towel nyang, anything like adimu or white flour, something that you want, or you ask Ogun and Obatala to finish. And then leave it in there for a while. That's it. When we talk about Yemaya this year that we had the Ogun in the Casonos de Octubre in Cuba, Ogun Damasa, Yemaya works, Yemaya Okute, and Ogun, they work together. That's why there are some people that have crowned Ogun and the mother in Ocha is Yemaya, or vice versa. So they work together, Yemaya Okute and Ogun. And also in another path, in the Odun Ofun, Yemaya, she was the mother of Ogun. So when we have the person has crowned Ogun and the mother, for example, Yemaya is something that you can do with them too. You can put them in the estera on the floor with two candles, and you can put two adimuses, one for Ogun, for example, and one for Yemaya. Something that you can do with these two orishas to overcome any single obstacles that you have. We know that always we need to feed first of all Elegua. If we don't feed Elegua, we will be in trouble. So you feed Elegua with the chicken, and you pay to him, and then later you feed Yemaya Okute and Ogun with 4 roosters. 2 for Ogun and 2 for Yemaya. With the first one of Ogun, the person that is doing that for you, because you cannot do everything by yourself, has to clean you with that rooster. And the second one is for the chasers. The same thing with Yemaya. When they finish everything, they need to ask Ogun if that rooster go to the train track or go to the forest or another position of Ogun. And then the Yemaya, it goes to the forest or it goes to the sea. And then with the other one, you make the chases. So you're going to take one rooster from Ogun and one rooster from Yemaya, and you're going to make the chases together. And then you will offer that chases with everything as sweet as you can to the Maya and Ogun. You want to add some molasses and some honey and pray to them about any single problem. Nice, Janet. This is your day, Janet. Congratulations. So when you do that, you are feeling your mother, you are feeling your father, you clean with Ogun, you clean with Yemaya, and after you offer the access for both of them, and the rest is solution. This is something that I did with my godkid. When they have some problem, I need Yemaya Okute, and Ogun, or no Oricha, I do that too. And this is something that it works so good for the child of Ogun. When we do that kind of a bow with Yemaya and Ogun. Even sometimes it's not the mother, I throw the coconut. I ask first when the reading or something, if the Richard accept that kind of a boat. If the Richard accept it, that's a great thing to do. When we talk about Oya Yang Sahekwa, Oya, she is the real wife of Ogun. That's why the kids of Ogun, they were born with Oya. Oya and Ogun, they have a great relationship. They work together. And Oya learned a lot with Ogun. In the Ogun, Ogun Dabara is when Oya abandoned Ogun for the love of Chango. But it doesn't mean that they don't work together either. So when you have some situation to remove any bad spirit, you can offer something to Oya because Oya was his wife. And let Oya know about everything and ask her what that she wants from you. And you will see how Oya help you too. Now Ochosi, Odemata and Ogun. Ogun Amasa, Ogun and Ochosi, they eat together. And they had a great and beautiful patakin where Ogun, he wanted to hunt, but he was so strong. And the animals, when they heard the noise of Ogun, they ran away, and he couldn't hang any of them. The same thing happened with Ochosi. Ochosi hung the animals, but he couldn't get it because the forest was too heavy. He couldn't pass. So when they got together, Ochosi hung and Ogun opened the path, and they shared the food. So this is a great word that we can do with Ogun and Ochosi when we talk about justice. When we talk about justice, it's not just because you go to court, because you have problem in court, and you have different, great. Yemaya Okute. Great, Janet. Congratulations. This is your live stream. Let me put you in. Wow, nice. Okay, this is today. This is for. That's for Janet. This is for Janet. Ogun is she has come Ogun and her mother is Yemaya Okute. Nice. Great combination. Congratulations, Janet. So what happened that people think when it's just this problem is just because they did something wrong. No, sometimes we have problem with the justice because we have to claim for something or the paper of the house or something with the card for different reasons, papers, court, situation, work with Ochosi. You can feed Ogun and Ochosi, for example, with 2 pigeons and 2 quails. 2 pigeons and 2 quails and a share. The quail and pigeon and put their chests for both of them. When you do that, something I will recommend you, the quails that everyone put the quails in the garbage. Don't put the quails in the garbage. Just pluck them and add some palm oil and put it in the oven. Okay? And make them crunchy. And then after that, you can make a powder with that quails. The powder quail you can use with the powder of sticks that we talked before. You can make a powder for the just sticks when you have some issues. So you have that in the crystal bottle tube. You mix it. You put that paper with that powder between Ogun and Ochosi. All right? And then later, when you go to court, you throw that powder around and you will see the result. We have a lot of resources in our region that happen is that we don't use and sometimes we don't know about that. And this is something important because you can do by your own hands. So keep this in mind. Ochun kere moye yo eri bude de watolokun. Ochun and Ogun. Ochun, she's the only Orisha that was capable to bring Ogun from the forest to the city with the honey. So he said that when you are talking with someone that is too strong, don't try to be stronger than the person because that person could defeat you. Try to be sweet, like Ochun did with Ogun. And now what we can do, so you can offer the okay, let me see. Okay. Now I talk with you about that Rambo or Noelia. Santo, Mangadore, Noelia, Danicia. Thank you, Mangadore. Thank you, Mangadore, Noelia, to be here. And Rambo, let me ask. No, Ogun. Okay, the only. Okay, let me ask Rambo about this. Let me ask here because I want that everyone see it. Okay, Rambo, the only connection that Ogun have with Babaluaye is that Chango, he asked Ogun from the dog that Ogun had to give it to Babaluaye to guide him. That's the connection that they have. They about pass to Ifa or not, in my knowledge, the Ogun Chai, they are not supposed to do Ifa because they go with the Mayombe with Palo. You are so good walking Palo, also walking like Oriate. I met a lot of Balogunes that they are greatest Oriate in this religion. The Babaluaye depends. This is depend of the Odun and something else. Because Babaluaye in Ifa is Oluopopo. So it's something that we need to talk about that later. So what happened that when you are working with Ogun, for example, Rambo, that you want to put at the move for Ogun, add some honey. Now we want to talk about that the muse put some honey to Ogun to attract the energy of Ogun. It's important in this origin to use the honey. It goes to to make him sweet, and also that he helps your prayers, because it's important to pray also to Ogun. When we talk about Adimuses, for example, Ogun, he lies like Yemaya. This is something that Janet you can do, and also Rambo. Everyone can do it, but in special, Janet that she has crowned Ogun, and her mother is Yemaya. The watermelon. You're going to take the watermelon and you're going to cut it in half. I had this weekend, a book with Yemaya Kute, because we have this weekend the video about Yemaya Kute. Always remember that the English one is Saturday and the video in Spanish is on Sunday. So it's something I want to let you know, because some people always are asking me what day, Saturday English and Sunday in Spanish. So you can take the watermelon, cut it in half, and then remove everything that is inside the watermelon. You're going to make that piece of watermelon like a hiccup. So in the bottom, you're going to put the letter that you go to write down and the different thing that you want. And then on top of it, you add a ku, a ya, a wado, 7 pennies, because Ogun mark 7 like Yemaya. And then 7 Adimuse. Could be, for example, dark coquitos. Could be 7, for example, echo. You can add 1 of each and make it 7 of them, you know. Echo could be a cruaro. You can also make 9 balls of sweet potato, because Ogun, he likes the sweet potato too. Different at the muses, and you go to fill out some pages, and you go to fill it up. That when you fill it, like, you're going to add some melazas for Yemaya and some honey for Ogun. It is just for Ogun, because you want to do this at the move for Ogun. You just put in front of Ogun and you add honey. But take your time. You light a candle, you add honey. Oh my God, daughter, Ifa Beyo. Conversation with Ifa Beyo. She has a great program too about different things about the community. She has crown Ochun, and that daughter Ifa Beyo. I think that her father is Ogun. I don't remember, but I think that her father is Ogun. So you go to offer it to Ogun, just put it in front of Ogun, and that's it. You want to do to Yemaya, you ask Melasa. If you want to do for both of them, and you want to put them on the mat, on the floor with 2 candles, you just put in the middle. That is one of the greatest offerings that you can do for Yemaya, Okute, and Ogun, in order that they work together. But when you go to write down, because now we are running, something that it happened now is everything has to be now. No, take your time. Let me tell you something now. Some people write down the letter in a word, for example. They write the letter a word, and then they bring the letter with the watermelon. Take your time. Prepare the watermelon. The watermelon, take all that the mousse put in front of them. Light the 2 candles and write the letter in front of your orichas. When you are writing a letter in front of your oricha, also you are praying for them. And you are letting them know that you respect them. So you write the letter in front of them, you put it there, and you have everything in front of Yemaya Kute and Ogun. And then after that, you offer to them. And that's it. And you will see how it works. It's not that I'm going to take the letter, I'm going to write down the letter in my at work, and then I prepare the watermelon in the kitchen, and then I prepare everything. Here you are. No. Sometimes people say, Mama, it doesn't go. It doesn't go because you don't take your time. You need to pay respect to the richer. So when you go to do something with your richer, take your time and try to work in front of your shrine with everything. Take everything to your Ocha room or in front or in the shrine that you have, in the place that you have at home, everything in front of them and start to work with the two candle light and praying and talking with them, and you will see the result of that. Something else that you can do with Ogun, the fish. In Ogun, that the fish is so important, and when we do the ceremony of Pinando, we need the fish in the middle of the table. I have never seen the ceremony of Pinando that they don't have the fish in the middle of the table. So, that we do is that we prepare the fish in case that you prepare one, for example, like you go to eat that one, but a beautiful fish, complete fish, not in 3 pieces, not a complete fish. And then you can do also the letter, and you could put in the mouth of the fish. That letter, you roll it up and you put in the mouth of the fish. You add some honey and you offer it to Ogun to cut the different in different way and situation that you have. Something else is that you can also offer Ogun 7 fish, 7 of them, and these 7 is important that be a small one. Why a small one? Because you want to make them just with a little bit all crunchy, okay, crunchy. And then when you offer it to Ogun after the 3 days, you can match all of them, make a powder, and also we can add it with the powder of the stick that we told before. You see how everything is related? So that's 7 little features that you put in your Ogun, like an additive you can use to add to the powder. And what happened with them, my family, when we work with our oricha like that, if these fish have the bless of the oricha, have the ache of the oricha, because they were for 3 days on top of Ogun. So all the strength of Ogun also is of that this is something that you want to solve the problem that you have in life. That 7 features you can do also with the Ogun, like Rambo, for example, that he is the child of Ogun, I want to crown his Ogun, you can do it. You can offer 7 features on the plate to the Ogun vocero, because you just had your worries, and mix that with the powder to work, because you need that Ogun work with you in order that to provide you with the money and the good luck and everything that you need to crown him. So you can do that too with the 1 fish or 7 fishes. So there are different adimuses that we can do to Ogun. Something that you can offer also to Ogun, because fruit, anyone, mangoes, anyone that you want, you can offer to Ogun, because he worked in the forest. But the special one that is good also for fine jobs is the sugar cane. The sugar cane, you buy 1 large, for example, and you cut it in 7 pieces, and you put in Ogun with a candle, and you are around and smoke a cigar, and you pray to Ogun. The sugar cane is sweet, so you will wait that sugar cane start to get dry. When all of them get dry, you dismiss it. But before, ask Ogun, you know, that like you are put sugar cane to him, like you are sweetening him, that he sweet your life, that he gives you the opportunity to work or improve the job. For example, you have any situation at work, or maybe a promotion, and you want that the boss promote you, so you can do that too with this oricha, and you will see the results. When you go to reinforce your boom, a tip for that is to try to look for tools that was used before. Sometimes people buy new tools to reinforce a boom. That tools, they don't have the energy of good. The best thing is the hammer that brother used and he doesn't want to use anymore. The chanala, the sun handyman used, and now they want to use it. A machete that was used before. Any of that tool is the tool that go in Ogun. The machete with the beats of Ogun. Something that you are supposed to have because it's talk about the Odun. Also, is the horse brake. The horse brake is something that we use in Ogun to reinforce Ogun always because we can. The bone meal, my. Okay, let me share with you this. I she had the bone with me on my. That's great. That's great. Of the fish, Janet, that's great. Therefore, I've never been able to go back to Cuba. I'm from Guyana. Oh, I had a great friend from Guyana too. He had to means a lot to me. Okay, great. Something. Thank you. Thank you, Janet, for your comment. It is also, Janet, that's why it's good, you comment about the bones of the fish. When you receive pinado, you have a bones of the fish. That fish you add, also you prepare in the brown paper bag with the on top of the green fabric. You add a cuellar those different sticks and some made up, for example, like a piece of gold, a piece of silver, and then you're going to put the bones on top of it, and you're going to fold all of that. You're going to fold all of that like the Inche sign, and you hang this, or you put it on the plate in your orchard room, and this is great because it's from prosperity to prosperity. So you have crown of Gun, Janet, and also you have the Pinado, and your mother is occulted. You are a lucky person. So the always Ogun that I were born with Ogun is the richer that I love a lot. Because he is la richer for me. So for every single Oriate, Ogun is so important. Because if you don't have Pinado, you don't have anything. And always I go with Ogun. So congratulations. From the bottom of my heart, you are in the great path. You have Crown Ogun with Okuta and had you Pinado, you are almost complete. So this is I explained you before that you can do too. So you can work with the fish and different offering that you can do to Ogun, and you will see the result because Ogun is the richer that he's el riche. So Ogun is not the richer that he promised you something and maybe 7 years later. No, Ogun he works, but you need to work also with Ogun. Ogun, when you want something from him, try to be consistent with this origin, with the offerings, and learn about that. And anything that that can help you, that in my channel always give some a boss and something that you can do by your own hands. Because I live in New York and maybe you live in Texas or Mexico, I don't know. But in this way, you can go with by your own hands and with the help of any friend around. You can do different work with Ogun, and it will be great for you. So thank you all of you to share to join us today. Great for the comments today of Janet. Great comments that it allow us to provide the community with more information. Also Rambo, don't give up. You are the child of Ogun. And remember something, Rambo, that is important in life to know is that everything happens for reasons. So it doesn't matter that you come this year or the next year. The matter is that you keep your faith in Ogun. Keep the faith in everything that you want to do. Do the recommendation that I gave you before, and you will see that faster that you think you will crown Ogun. That is one of the great riches. So if you don't have any more question, thank you, Irene. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my goddaughter. Maferefun Ogun. Maferefun Ogun. The great origin. So, if you don't have any other question, so we've finished. We want to finish this live stream. Just enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Have health, and it's so important. Health is so important for all of us. Oh, you live in Guyana, Janet. Oh, great, Janet. Thank you. Improve the community over there. I have a lot of friends from Guyana. Thank you, and the best for you. So, faith, that is important to you. Be healthy, have faith in our religion and everything that we have. And then after that, we will have the prosperity. So, have a nice weekend. Ochun, next week, great. Maferefun Ochun, you have come Ogun. Ochun go to sweet your life, Janet. Congratulations. Congratulations for Janet. She goes to crown Ochun next week. Congratulations. I will be there with my thoughts, but I will be there supporting you. A like. Okay. Good night, everyone.